Hey everyone, Shaber 1000 here. Now I'd mentioned in a couple of my last videos that I was waiting on a steam engine to come in this week. Well, it actually came in 2 days early. So, this is what it is. Now we're going to talk about this for a minute. In a minute, we'll talk about it and we'll go over it and I'll tell you everything I know about it. I've never owned one. I've always wanted one. Now I have one. I'll tell you what I gave for it and everything. So stick around, guys. Cue the intro. Then we're going to do something with the steam engine here. Okay, so what we have here, this is a Wilesco, W-I-L-E-S-C-O, Wilesco. This is a steam engine. They, like back in the 30s and stuff, they made different things. They actually made dollhouse furniture for dollhouses. That kind of helped them get through the recession. They also made little measuring spoons and measuring cups, things like that. So they made a lot of home furnishing stuff. They made these, and they made several of these. They also made, this is a static engine or stationary engine because it just sits still. They also made a traction engine that ran on steam, but it was like a tractor and it would run around. So this is pretty cool. Now this one is missing the stack, and it's missing the part that you put in to put your fuel in, which I have one right here that came with it. It's not the exact fit. It's not, well, it fits in there fine, but it's not the exact an original one, because they still make these new. But this will fit in here. Now I can get a stack. I've seen them online. I can get a stack, one of these things, and a little funnel. I can get that stuff for it, but we're gonna see if this runs. It's pretty cool. Now this is from the 60s. They made them from 1950 up into the 60s, or 1950 to 58 or 59, somewhere in there. They changed them a little bit, but the one with the gray platform, which I have here, they're a little older. So this would probably be, I'm guessing late 50s, early 60s, early to mid 60s is what I'm guessing. So this is a pop-off valve. This is your safety valve, and it does work. So we're gonna get this thing fired up. I got a little bit of I got some sewing machine oil to try this out. But yeah, so, and I'll get some stuff. I got a little one of those syringes to fill this thing up with water. Alright, so I got this thing for 140 bucks. I know, you can probably buy them cheaper than that, but I really wanted it. So okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. That's too much for one D4 engine. You're right. I agree with you 100%, but I never had one. But it came with a D5 steam engine. The difference with this one is, as you can see here, this just has a pop-off valve in the tube. It says a pop-off valve, a tube, and a whistle. I know what you're saying. What about a whistle? You know, now you gotta buy a whistle. No, I don't. it came with a whistle right here. Look. Okay. Up to the little seal, the little gasket there. So it came with a whistle. And I know what you're thinking. It's missing a stack, Shea Bear. I know it's missing a stack. Should have gave me a stack, but wait a minute. They did give me a stack with it. So I'm only missing one stack out of 2 engines. And these things are, you know, always the first thing to come up missing. Either that or this, one of these. Usually these. Okay? Now, it is going to need, you know, the little tray, but I can use this one to get them running. Also, it came with the boxes. Now, the boxes are in poor condition, but that's okay. Yeah, they're just boxes, but at least I have them. And so that's pretty cool in itself. I mean, they are in poor condition. They told me that they were in poor condition. So, yeah, it's going to need oiled, of course. But I think it's in very good condition. So, we're going to try to get these things running. I know, it's still kind of high, isn't it? Yeah, $140 for 2 of these engines. I don't even know if they run. Well, I know. But I wanted one. I never had one. Would have been better if I could have got 3. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Check this out.
Someone was detected at the front door.
So, we've got a D4, a D5, and we have the D10 right here. This one is a little special. It's got the sight glass in it, so you can see where the water is. The other 2 don't. It's got the pop-off valve, and I can feel it's working. But I know it needs a whistle. Well, never fear. The whistle is here. Let's screw this on here before I lose that little rubber washer. Also, like I said, okay, I got the box with this one. Again, it's in poor condition, but I do have the box for it. The D10. And the D10 also came with the original instructions. And I also got a pamphlet, like a little double-sided sheet of kind of like a catalog type thing. You could order different things of this. Now this one's a little different. It's a little special. This one has, and it's from the factory. See right there. See that? 110 volt, 180 watt. This has a burner inside it, an electric burner. So when you plug this in, it's got a burner inside here that heats the water so you don't have to use any kind of fuel. So that is pretty cool. This one is a double action. Right here, where you see the piston and the cylinder. This is double action. It will run forward or reverse, but right here it's got a little cup. You can take that cup off, dribble a little bit of oil in there, keep it lubricated. And this has a tray down here, a little tube that comes out of the side of the, I'll show you this way. Comes out of the side of the cylinder here, drops off the extra steam. Now they do make them, the higher end ones, they do make them where this will go down underneath and come out and actually come up in here to where the stack and goes, and the stack will actually put steam out. So what am I going to do about a stack? Oh yeah, I got the stack for this one too. So this one's got the stack too. What do you guys think? Isn't this cool? So I got all three of them for 140 bucks. Now the Holy Grail, I think it's a D22. It's a double cylinder. That thing is awesome. I want to get one. Well, I will get one someday. So, all right, these things are pretty cool now. Many years ago, you guys have heard me. Well, the people that's watched me a lot before heard me talk about Cousin Kev. Well, Cousin Kev had one of these, and it was missing the pop-off valve for the boiler. So we got it out one day. He had it since he was a kid. He's probably still got it. And we got to look, and it was missing the piston. Alright. So it was like, wow. We should make something out of that, you know. We should try to make some kind of piston. We was thinking about maybe pencils or something about that size. I said, let me see that. I said, about what size is that? He said, about the size of a 22 shell. I was like, hey, you thinking what I'm thinking? So we took the lead out of the shell and of course the powder. And out of the 22 bullet shell, the shell casing, we made a piston. And we ran that thing, since we couldn't use the boiler. He had a potbelly stove on his front porch we used to cook on and stuff. And you know, it was a wood burner, and we had a pressure cooker. So we ran an air hose from the pressure cooker into the engine, and we used a pair of vice grips as the throttle. We would tighten the vice grips up or loosen them, whatever, to give it more or less steam. So that's pretty cool. That is on YouTube, and that was a long time ago. So here's that clip. Check it out. Alright, YouTube. There to prove it's wood. Yep, it's wood.
How are you?
We got our boiler there. Made out of a chicken deep fryer pressure cooker thing. Our little hose off of the 12 volt air compressor. There's our throttle. The way rednecks do it. And there's the fun part.
You lost steam.
Oh, it's cool though, still running. Been running about 3 hours on about a quart of water. So
you see how much fire we have.
There. Just wanted to do something. Hi, YouTube.
Fire the fireman.
Fire the fireman. Okay, so wasn't that neat? Just some stuff we had laying around. We got bored one day, drank a couple beers, and you know, because I asked him about that steam engine. It was like, well, I still got it, but he said, I told him, I said, well, I remember it missing something. I remember it missing the pop-off valve, you know, the safety valve. And he said, yeah. And he said, I think it's missing the piston too. He went and dug around. Well, guess what? He found it. I was like, oh, you're right, it's missing a piston. That's when we just got to think, what can we make? What do we have that size that we can make a piston out of? Because we were thinking about wood, but wood swells up, you know, when it gets wet, and you know, it would just eventually lock up or swell up and just stop running. So we was like, well, we can't really use wood. But yeah, and then we came up with the 22 shell, and that's what we used, was the 22 shell, a 22 shell casing for the piston, and it ran, as you can see, it ran. So alright guys, so I think what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and we're going to pull this little thing out of here. I'm going to move this over here. I don't know if these run. They don't know if they run. but they're, I mean, complete as far as being able to run. You know, you don't need that stack. You know, you do need a pop-off valve, which they all three have the pop-off valve. So I'll get you pointed down here again. Get another light on in here, and I'll get you pointed down here again. Let me go. I got some solid fuel in there. We'll put inside of here, and we'll get some water. We'll fill this up with water now. You should use hot water. You don't have to, but it doesn't take as long to heat up to boil if you use this water. It's already hot. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this stuff ready, and then we'll we'll commence to get this started in here. There. I'll cut up some fuel, put in here. We'll put some water in it, and we'll oil it up. And there's instructions on the whistle. So, like I said, the D4 don't have the whistle, and the D5 does. That's really pretty much the only difference in them. They had the same size boilers. That was pretty much the difference on them. But this one looks like it has been used, so I don't know. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong with these things. So, but like I said, I'll get you down here closer, and we'll get ready to fire it up. We'll lubricate it and get some water in it. Let's make some steam, see if we can get this thing running. Okay guys, now we're going to take our little pop-off valve out here. Make sure it pops up. I don't want it too tight, because like the other two, they have whistles. If you think you're building up too much pressure, then you can flip the whistle on. So I don't know if these boilers leak but we'll find out. I just got some hot tap water here. Now if you're on like city water, they recommend you use distilled water, so it's not as harsh. But I took it out of our tap because we're on well water, which is pretty much the same as distilled water. Sorry, I'm getting in your way. And then while this is heating up, I don't want to fill it all the way to the top, but I do want to make sure it's got plenty in it. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. Let's put some of this fuel down in this thing here. I don't know how much it's going to take, but I just cut some off. Usually, I've been watching YouTube videos on them, but they usually take 2.5 to 3 minutes to heat up. So that's with cold water. So let's get this tucked in here. And then we'll light it. Get out of here. Alright. Now, let me put a little oil on this. So I want to get that different piece there. because they make them to where you can use, which I got some, you can use like oh, what do you call it? Sterno. You can use sterno in it. It's a gel. Burns a lot cleaner than this stuff does, but let's go ahead and put this in here. I'm not going to tighten it because I'm not sure. You can adjust them. So let's put some oil down in here on all these moving parts. And you can actually, they make little tools that you can run, which I have some belts. I bought some belts. Alright, cool. And I did buy one little tool. What the hell is that? But here we go. May have put more fuel in there. I don't know how much it takes, but alright. Let's get some oil in here. They make special oil for this. Like the other one, like the D10 over there. You know, you can oil it in here. So they make a special oil that you put in here, and then different kinds of oil for the other moving parts. So alright, when this is just about ready, I'll kick you back on, because I don't want to sit here and make you look at this thing for 3 minutes. So I might have to pull that out and put some more fuel in it, which I've got. This is what I'm using right here. Doesn't cut real well, it just kind of breaks up. And they also make fuel tablets that you can buy, but I hear it starting to steam, starting to boil, so that's cool. Alright guys, I'll kick you back on in a minute. You're going to see this run at the same time as I am. Then we're going to start the other two as well, or try to start them. I don't know if they run. They didn't know if they ran. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Alright, let's try it. It moved on its own. Let's put this up like this. See it? So it is building up steam. Alright, we'll give it a little bit longer. Hang on, I'll kick you back on in a minute. So I think it's getting close. I keep, see there, we got steam coming out the exhaust, and it's wanting to go. But these things, once they get going and the steam builds up, these things run at like 8,000 RPMs. And the gearheads will know that's cooking. Alright, let's try this, okay? And there it goes! Done absolutely nothing to it, guys. This is straight out of the box. Wow. Yeah, see that black stuff up here? That's from this solid fuel. That thing is quiet and smooth. Spent a little oil on me, but that's alright. See if we can let go of it. There it goes. Didn't have to spin it. What do you guys think? Alright, let's pull this out. Now it's running out of steam. And the pop-off valve right up here on top is slightly leaking, which I'm good with. That means it's doing its job. Right there. Alright, well. Okay guys, so let's bring on the D5. I'm sorry guys, this stuff right here makes me happy. It just makes me happy. Okay, so let's get some water in here. I can't remember how many of these I put in the last one because it's the same size boiler. Like I said, same engine and everything. Whoops. Okay, I gotta remember I spilt that, so I don't think it's leaking. But if it does, at least one thing we know, it's not gonna blow up if it's leaking. The D10 over there, it's got a sight glass on it, so we'll see how much water's in it. Hopefully that gasket around there is still good. It looks like it's had a repair or two on it. Alright, let's give it a little bit more. Alright. Now we'll put a little bit of oil on here. Oh jeez. Just like we did the last one. Just so it doesn't, you know, happen to seize up. But again, like I said, if I feel like it's getting too much pressure, I can always just, you know, hit the whistle. Okay, now let's, whoa. Jeez, come on, Marty. Alright, let's just put a couple more pieces in here because we can always pull it out. Get this started in here. We'll light this up. There we go. Now, while that's doing its thing, let's go ahead and oil this up. Just any of the moving parts. This one's in really good, well, all three of them's in really good shape. Oh, okay, it's starting to build up pressure. You guys want to wait, or I don't know what else I can talk about until Okay, cool. Alright, let me go ahead and let's let this heat up, and when it's about ready I'll kick you back on and we'll see if this one will run together. So, alright. Okay guys, I hear it making some noises and I see some leaking around here. Let's see if the whistle pops off. Okay, let's try it. Deuce, baby. 2 of them running. Now, let's move on to number 3 over here. We won't need that. We won't need any fuel for it because it's electric. So I'll set this outside because it's smoking. Okay. Now, here's this one. So this one looks like it's had a repair up there and maybe around here. So before I plug it in, yeah, that's pretty good there. Let's fill it up with water. And like I said, I can see the water in this one. I'll show you here in just a second once we get the water in it. And we'll have to change your battery. Let me get your battery changed and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so there you can see that one. See where the water line is on it. Let's see if I pull it up. It is about, I don't know if this will help or not, but yeah, about 3/4 full. You want a little room for steam, so they say, you know, about 3/4 full, and then you want to run it until it's just about 1/4 full or 1/8 full. But okay, so let's go ahead. Let me set you back up here. Alright, now let's go ahead. I'm not going to run this one real long because I don't actually have the steam oil for this one. The other ones, it doesn't really matter because you can't get it in there anyway. So let me unplug something here. Plug this in, make sure it don't blow up. Okay, so it's plugged in. And let's put our little pop-off valve on here. Now I'm going to oil this up, just like I did the other ones. So we're going to put a few drops of oil in here, down in this little cup. That'll be enough for all we're going to run it, because get better oil for it. This is okay to run on the moving parts and stuff. You know, so I don't even know if this works. Okay, I feel some heat in there. Oh yeah, there's some heat in there. This is called a governor. It doesn't actually do anything, but on a real engine, what that does is slow the engine RPMs down. Yeah, I can smell that heating up. Hang on. Make sure that little nut don't come off of there. Okay, we got that. Yeah, I smell it heating up. So, that feels really loose. But we'll see. This is in excellent condition. Okay, no steam yet. So I'm going to shut you off, and as soon as we get some steam built up, we'll try this one together too. Stick around. This is a lot of fun, guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as me. Okay, guys, I see some steam coming out of... Whoa, okay, that started easy. So I can start it that way, or I can start it that way. This starts real easy. I don't actually have to. I can probably just let it go about right there. Smooth and quiet. This is the best out of the three. See, when you let the steam out, that'll slow down because, well, you're letting the steam out. Alright, now let's let it build up some more steam. What do you guys think? Is this cool or what? Like I said, I've got the bands to run and a little piece of equipment. It should be here Wednesday. Back you out here so you can get a better shot of it. This is too cool. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, see, it's wanting to take off. unplug this and we'll let it run the steam out. Alright, now we're going to let that cool down. And I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Okay guys, so there we go. Monkey came out and she fired this one up. Didn't you, Mom?
Yep.
Started your first steam engine, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I started a real steam engine once
Yeah?
at a power show.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy let me start a steam engine.
I've seen one
He
before.
showed me how to do it. And yeah, he said, you want to start it? I'm like, yeah. And we rode it around the place. It was cool.
They are cool.
They have one every year down here in Florida, and I can't remember when it is or what the name of it is.
I have to look it up.
You take, like, anything old like this, you know, old tractors, old lawnmowers, old engines, and they'll let them sit there and run and stuff, and and it's like a big swap meet.
Right.
So, yeah, there they are, guys. There's about $500 sitting right here. We gave $149 for them. We got something coming, don't we?
Yep.
For these, huh?
Yeah.
So it'll be a multiple video type thing, but still cool. Which one do you like the best, Mama?
Middle one.
This one, the D10. And we got the D4, the D5, and the D10. And the Holy Grail I will have someday. The I think it's D22. I'll look it up on YouTube. It's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a twin cylinder. It's like two of these motors, and it's got gauges and knobs, and steam comes out the stack. I can make steam come out of the stack if I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, see right there, this little tube. If I wanted to, I can run that tube up into that stack
Oh,
and
I see
steam would
that.
come out.
That'd be fun.
But there it is, guys, from the 60s.
Yeah, very cool.
From what I'm gathering, this, like the paint, is from the 60s. Then they went to like a grayish blue type thing. Then they went to blue and red. And this one with the blue cylinder and the gray is from the late 50s to early 60s. So, but this one and that one's definitely from the 60s. See, the D4, the only difference between the D4 and the D5 is, did you notice there's no whistle on this one?
No.
No. That one has a whistle.
Can you put one on it?
Well, yeah, you can, but I don't want to, you know,
No.
it's original.
But if you wanted to, you could.
If you wanted to, yeah, you just drill a hole and you solder your little thing in, screw your whistle in. But and I think this might be a little longer, but other than that, they're pretty much, the engine and everything, flywheels and everything are the same. But this one is in immaculate shape. Look at that flywheel. This hasn't been run very much.
You probably sat on a shelf.
Probably. But we're going to run them, huh? Just like we run our racetracks, right?
Yeah.
Had a guy email me a couple months ago about one of them. I forget which one it was. It might have been your dad's, about selling it. I was like, yeah, it's like, no, it's my collection, you know. And he's like, yeah, well, let me know, you know. Never hurts to ask. I said, no, it don't hurt to ask. And told him, you know, that was your dad's and everything. But he said, what's cool is, he said, a lot of guys won't get them old tracks out and play with them.
Right.
He said, you and your wife do. You guys are always racing them things around. I said, well, you know, yeah, we use them, you know.
Brings me memories back, too.
Yeah, because your dad
My
had
dad had a
an
racetrack.
elaborate setup, didn't he?
Yes, in the basement up in Canada. So yes, and I used to have them You watch him and my uncle race around and around the track.
Now, didn't you guys have to call cops one time?
Oh yeah, that was a story on its own.
Well, tell the story.
My girlfriend, my best friend, she spent the night with me. My parents went out. It was Friday night. And she was spending the night. So we got freaked out. We heard a noise. And we got freaked out in the basement. And we come running up the steps. And we sat upstairs and we heard it again. So we got really scared. We thought maybe somebody was trying to break in the windows. You know how basement would have the little windows? We were afraid that somebody was trying to break in. So we called the cops. So the cops come, they go through the whole house, make sure there's nobody in there. You know, we're 13, 14 years old. And then the cops come and they talk to us, try to calm us down and stuff. And they were down in the basement and they saw my dad's racetrack. He said, "Whoa, this is cool." I had 2 of them down there racing the cars.
You let him? Did you tell your dad they were racing them?
No, I didn't tell him the cops came either.
Oh, really?
No.
All right. Well, thanks for the story, Monk.
You're welcome.
And thanks for these. Monkey bought these for me.
Yes, I bought them for you.
Because I told her, I said, man, I've been wanting one of them. She said, well, can you find a cheap one? I said, I'm sure. I can find a cheap one. Probably might need some work or something. She said, well, get you one if you find one for a reasonable price. And I showed her these.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, which one you want? I said, you get all 3. It's a lot. She said, well, you better get that. Because then I started showing her, like, these are going for 125 missing parts. This one, the only thing it's missing is the stack and that little tray thing. But, yeah, missing parts. Don't know if they were in. These ones, the pictures, there was a lot of pictures. And I said, man, these look complete. I said, even if I can get one running, you know, there's our money back.
Right.
And then all these, I said, hell, if I can't make 1 or 2 run out of 3, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, so I'll get a stack for this and a little thing that goes in there. And then as soon as those comes in, we'll have all 3 of them. We'll have all 3 sitting and running.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool, huh? All right, thanks again, Monk. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Shea Bear, the Myth, the Man, the Legend. I'm gone for now. We'll see you guys in the next one. And Dennis, I'm glad you got your car fixed, man. Sorry I couldn't be there to help you, buddy. But anyway, so Dennis had some axle problems and on his Nissan, and I think it was upper control arm or one of the control arms. So, but he got it fixed, so that's good. But anyway, so there you guys go. One last look, and I'll let you go. There it is. There's the 4. There's the 5. There's the 10. But one of these days I will have the Holy Grail. Alright guys, thanks again. Bye bye everyone. We'll see you in the next one.